Hey guys, welcome back to Top NBA. Today is part 2 of the top 10 NBA role players right now. Be sure to check out part 1 if you haven't already done so. So without further ado, let's jump right into the list.
Shot. Dancing out front.
At number 5, Jordan Clarkson.
Spell it. Jordan Clarkson.
Jordan Clarkson, last year's 6th Man of the Year, saw his stats drop from 18.4 points per game to 14.8 in 2021-2022. His three-point shooting has been erratic, 30.5% from long, but he's still putting up numbers. Despite his difficulties from beyond the arc, Clarkson is a ball of quick offense. He rarely looks to pass the ball, yet he attempts 14 field goals per game, continuously pressuring second-unit defenders and spearheading Utah's offense when All-Star Donovan Mitchell is on the bench. Jordan Clarkson works the pick and roll as proficient as any bench player in the league, averaging 4.9 possessions per game as the ball handler and 0.92 points per possession, ranking him 73rd percentile. The ex-Lakers player is especially skilled at shooting off screens, connecting on 38.5% of his shots.
Stagger step. I'm with you. I want to come up with a name for that play.
At number 4, Matisse Thybulle. Matisse Thybulle's usage rate is 9.4%, putting him in the 3rd percentile among all guards. The Washington product shoots less than 30% from deep and averages 1.1 assists per game. Thybulle is an offensive non-factor. None of this matters because he's the league's top perimeter defender against guards. He's 4th in the league in defensive field goal percentage, restricting his assignments to 36.5% from the field. Thybulle held MVP frontrunner Steph Curry to 2-13 as his primary defender in his 76ers victory earlier in December, including 2 blocked shots, and Joel Embiid told reporters that the third-year guard should win Defensive Player of the Year.
A little bit strong. Bassey with the board. Kicks it back out. And another three.
At number 3, Desmond Bane. Desmond Bane is not a well-known figure, yet.
I was real locked in on the attention to detail on what we were trying to do.
The second-year TCU product is already one of the league's finest point producers. He's scoring 17.3 points per game and making 42% of his 6.8 three-point tries. He's not much of a half-court playmaker with 2.2 assists per game, and he only averages 0.3 isolated possessions per game, indicating that he's not ready to take over when things slow down at the conclusion of possessions. Bane makes his money doing spot-up work. He's in the 90th percentile for standstill shot attempts, giving him an ideal running partner for teammate Ja Morant. The defensive statistics aren't kind to Desmond Bane. He's allowing his man to shoot 45.5% from the field, which puts him in the center of all NBA defenders. Bane's defensive rating of 107.7 places him outside of the top 10 on the Grizzlies. Despite the evidence, Bane possesses the height and quickness to be a top-tier ball hawk at 6'5" and 215 pounds. He may need a few more years to master the ins and outs of high-level NBA defense, but he has the mentality and the stature to be a problem on the less glamorous end. Desmond Bane's career could take a leap forward in the next few years. He has the potential to improve as an overall defender and facilitator, elevating him from a role player to a fringe all-star contender. With the time being, he'll have to settle for one of the league's best vacuum scorers, which isn't bad for the 30th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft.
Little down to 10. Bane is step back. Three is through.
At number 2, Bobby Portis. During a preseason workout in 2017, Bobby Portis shattered Nikola Mirotic's jaw. Mirotic was taken to the hospital, and Portis was suspended for the season's first 8 games. Many observers speculated at the time that this was the beginning of the end for the former Arkansas great. That wasn't the case. Portis hopped around a bit, going from Chicago to Washington to New York, earning a reputation as a selfish player who was primarily concerned with boosting his offensive stats. A few years and a chip can make a huge difference. Bobby Portis is now an important part of the Milwaukee Bucks and one of the league's top role players. This season, Portis is averaging 15.8 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 42.9% from distance. On the less glamorous side, he's defending a team-high 14.3 field goal attempts per game while limiting his assignments to 5.2% of what they regularly shoot. Bobby Portis isn't exactly a creator of plays. He hasn't tried a single isolation shot this season, and he's not particularly good at a pick-and-roll finishing in the 30th percentile. He performs well in spot-up situations, ranking in the 88th percentile, and he plays tough defense. Everyone wants to make a name for themselves in this league. All I want to do is be a star in my role, Portis told reporters a few years back. It's safe to say that he's lived up to his own expectations this year, remaining in his role as a shooter/high-efficiency defender.
The buzzer. Excellent poise from Portis.
And takes it in for 2, Drew Holiday.
At number 1, Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges is the league's finest perimeter defender. He has the size at 6'6" and 209 pounds to guard bigger wings like LeBron James or Jimmy Butler, unlike other defensive stalwarts like Matisse Thybulle and Alex Caruso. At the same time, he has the foot speed to bother point guards such as Steph Curry and James Harden. Every night, Bridges takes on Phoenix's most difficult defensive assignment, locking down the league's finest offensive weapons and stymieing the plays that they're used to running. Earlier in December, the former 10th overall pick shut down perhaps the league's 2 best offensive backcourt players. The Suns' heart is still Chris Paul, and their soul is Devin Booker. Still, Bridges' transformation into a credible Defensive Player of the Year candidate might mean the difference between Phoenix being eliminated in the Western Conference Finals and winning the whole thing. Well guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Top NBA, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a video. See you all next time.